Hello everyone, welcome back to Distributed Generation and Smart Grid lecture series. In this video we are going to discuss about some introductory topic related to smart grid and smart grid architecture. Uh, Today's electric grid was designed to operate as a vertical structure which consists of generation, transmission and distribution, and it supported control and other devices to maintain the reliability, stability and efficiency. So nowadays the system operators are now facing new challenges, including penetration of large renewable energy systems, rapid technological changes and different types of market players and different kinds of end users, etc. So the next iteration, which is known as the smart grid, which will be equipped with the communication support schemes and other real-time measurement techniques to enhance the reliability and forecasting, as well as to protect against the internal and external threats. The design framework of smart grid is actually based upon unbound restructuring of the power system and its optimization. So now we are expecting to have a smart grid will be capable of handling uncertainties in the power transfers across the region. Then it will accommodate renewable energy resources easily. Then optimizing the transfer capability of transmission and distribution networks, and hence meeting the demand for increased quality and reliable supply. And you can manage and resolve the unpredictable events and uncertainties in operations and planning more aggressively. So a smart grid, we are going to discuss about a smart grid architecture model. This is known as NIST Smart Grid Architecture. That is put forwarded by National Institute of Standards and Technology, US. This conceptual domain model presented here actually for supporting the various planning requirements of smart grid and its development, documentation, etc. This actually consists of this. You can see the conceptual model of NIST smart grid architecture. It consists of 7 domains. Each domain and its subdomains relating the smart grid conceptual roles and services. You can see the 7 domains as customer, then service provider, then transmission, distribution, generation, then markets and operations, etc. These are the 7 main domains. This actually includes the types of services, interactions, and stakeholders that make decisions and exchange informations necessary for performing the various goals, such as customer management, distributed generation aggregation, outage management, etc. These services are performed by one or more roles within a domain. So and you can see that each domain is connected each other, and you can see the blue lines are shown the communication link between each domain, and you can see the dotted line as electrical connection. Electrical connections are between the generation, transmission, distribution, and customers. And each domain also, there are 7 major domains you can see here. These domains have specific roles or services. So suppose the customer domain, the main role is the end users of electricity. These are the customers are the end users of electricity. They may generate, store, and manage the use of energy. And there are traditionally 3 types of customers. You can see residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Then market domain, you can see another domain as a market domain. The main role is this consists of the operators and participants in electricity markets. Then service providers, the organizations provide services to electrical customers and utilities. They are known as the service providers. Then operation domain, you can see operations domain. They consist of the managers of the movement of electricity. Then generation, the domain role is mainly to generate the electricity. They may also store energy for later distribution. This domain actually includes the traditional generation sources and also distributed energy resources or renewable energy based resources. Then transmission, they carry the bulk electricity over long distances. They may also store and generate the electricity. Distribution, they are the distributors of electricity to and from customers. They may also store and generate electricity. So in general, roles in the same domain have similar objectives. However, communication within the same domain may have different characteristics and may have to meet the different requirement to achieve the interoperability. And in order to enable the smart grid functionality, the roles in a particular domain often interact with the roles in other domains. As you can see in this diagram, each domains are connected through a communication link. And moreover, particular domains may also contain components of other domains. For example, suppose the independent system operators, ISOs, and regional transmission organizations have roles in both the market and operation domains. So the same organization may have they have roles in different domains. And this smart grid architectural model utilizes several information and communication technology like internet based communication technologies, ICT. And we can discuss each domain in detail. You can see first one, a customer domain. Customer domain. Here they are the end users of electricity. That is what is the customer doing. The customer is ultimately the stakeholders that the entire grid was created to support. You can see an overview of customer domain here. This is a domain where electricity is consumed. Main actors in this customer domain they enable the customers to manage their energy usage and generation. The boundaries of the customer domains are typically considered to be the utility meter and the energy service interface. You can see the various participants of customer domain. Typical application categories in the customer domains are tabulated here. First one is a building or home automation. A system that is capable of controlling various functions within a building, such as lighting and temperature controls, comes under building or home automation. Then industrial automation, a system that controls industrial process such as manufacturing or warehousing. These systems have very different requirement compared to home and building systems. Then the customer domain also consists of micro generation as a subdomain, which include all types of distributed generation, including solar, wind, and hydroelectric generators. And generation harness energy for electricity at a customer location, may be monitored, dispatched, or controlled via communication. Then storage, maybe the storage also will be the part of customer domain. It means they are used to store the energy that may be converted directly or through a process of electricity. Examples include the thermal storage unit and batteries. So these are various participants in the customer domains. Then second one is the market domain. And market domain are where the grid assets are bought and sold. Markets yet to be created may be instrumental in defining the smart grid of the future. And the role of market domain exchange, the main role of the market domains you can see in this tabulation. The market management, that means market managers include the independent system operators for wholesale market, for here in the NIST architecture they are quoted New York Mercantile Exchange or some other market independent system operators name here. There are transmission services and demand response market as well. Some distributed energy resource curtailment resources are treated today as a dispatchable generation. So this particular domain dealing with the electricity market, where electricity are sell to the various customers. Then retailing. Retail is sell power to the end customers and may in the future aggregate or broker distributed energy resources between customers or into the market. Then DER aggregation also one of the subdomain in the market domain. These aggregators combine smaller participants to enable the distributed resources to play in the larger market. Then trading. Traders are the participants in the market, which include the aggregators for provision, consumption, curtailment, and other qualified entities. Then market operations. Market operations make a particular market functions smoothly. Functions include financial and goods sold clearing, price quotation, price quotation streams, audit, balancing, etc. Then ancillary operations and other ancillary operations provide a market to provide frequency support, voltage support, spinning reserve, and other ancillary services. these just understand that all these are some of the sub component of a market domain. These are the some of the applications comes under market domain. Then service provider. The main participants in the service provider domain perform the services to support the business process of power system producers and distributors and also customers. These market service provider domain, an overview of service provider domain is shown here. You can see the building management, home management, installation and maintenance, customer management, account management, emerging services, etc. in this. Some of the applications are listed here. Customer management main functions are managing the customer relationship by providing point of contact and resolution for customer issues and problems. Then installation and maintenance, installing and maintaining the premises equipment that interact with the smart grid. Then building management, monitoring and controlling building energy and responding to the smart grid signals while minimizing the impact on the building occupants. Then home management, monitoring and controlling home energy and responding to smart grid signals while minimizing the impact on home occupant. Then billing. Billing means managing the customer billing information, including providing the billing statement and payment processing, etc. Account management, managing the supplier and customer business accounts. So these are the some of the components that comes under service provider domain. Then operation domain. And these operation domains are responsible for smooth operation of the power system. So you can see that network operations and you can see a lot of maintenance and construction, financial, meter reading and control, communication network, security, many things are comes in under the operation management, because these are responsible for smooth operation of the power system. This nowadays these are the responsibility of utility. You can see some of the examples, typical applications. Monitoring, that is a network operation monitoring roles. Supervise network topology, connectivity and loading conditions, including breaker and switch state, as well as the control equipment status, etc. Then control. Network control is coordinated by roles in this domain. This may only supervise wide area, substation and local automatic or manual control. Then fault management. Fault management roles enhances the speed at which faults can be located, identified, sectionalized, and services that can be restored as soon as possible. They provide the information for customers to coordinate the workforce dispatch and complete the information statistics, etc. Then analysis is a part of operation domain. Operation feedback analysis roles compare records taken from the real-time operation related with the information on network incidents, connectivity and loading to optimize the periodic maintenance. Then another components are reporting and statistics. Operational statistics and reporting roles archive online data and perform feedback analysis about system efficiency and reliability. Then network calculations. Real-time network calculation roles are provided by this one. Then training, dispatcher training roles provide facilities for dispatchers that simulate the actual system they will be using. Then records and asset uh, record and asset management roles track and report on the substation and network equipment inventory, provide geospatial data and geographic displays, maintain record and non-electrical assets, and perform asset investment planning. Then operation planning, operational planning and optimization roles perform simulation of network operations, schedule the switching actions, dispatch repair crews, inform affected customers, etc. Then maintenance and construction. Maintenance and construction roles coordinate the inspection, cleaning, and adjustment of the equipment. So these are the there various roles comes under operation. Then extension planning, then customer support, etc. So you can go through this one in detail. At least you understand the various components that comes under this particular domain and its basic functions. Then generation. So generation domains are the first process in the delivery of electricity to the customers, because generation is the first process. This is actually the electricity generation is a process of creating electricity from other forms of energy that which may include a wide variety of sources using chemical combustion, nuclear fission, solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, etc. And you can see the various an overview of the generation here. You can see wind, hydro, biomass, geothermal, pumped storage, nuclear, coal, gas, etc. And various components comes under this generation domains are control, then measurements, protection, record, asset management, etc. You can these are the various applications, and descriptions are also given. Control means performed by roles that permit operation domain to manage the flow of power and reliability of the system. Then measurements performed by roles that provide visibility into the flow of power and condition of the power systems in the field. Currently, an example is the digital and analog measurement collected through supervisory control and data acquisition (SCADA). So these are comes under measurements. Then protection. They perform to maintain high levels of reliability and power quality. And then record. Their main role is to record the various they permit other domains to review what happened on the grid for financial, engineering, operational, and forecasting purposes. Then asset management performed by roles that work together to determine when equipment should have maintenance, calculate the life expectancy of the device, and record its history of operations and maintenance, so it can be reviewed in the future for operational and engineering decisions. Then transmission domain. The transmission domain or transmission is a bulk transfer of electrical power from generation source to the distribution through multiple substations. So this transmission domain mainly consists of various substations and energy storage elements we can see in this figure. The various components comes under a transmission domains are substation, mainly substation, and the control and monitoring system within a substation. Then storage is also a part of transmission domain, a system that is control the charging and discharging of an energy storage unit. Then measurement and control, it include all types of measurement and control systems to measure, record and control with the intent of protecting and optimizing the grid operation. Then the last one is a distribution domain. An overview of distribution domain shown here. Here also substation distribution substation is a part of distribution domain. And historically, you know that distribution systems have been a radial configuration, and almost all the communication within this distribution level is performed by humans itself, not some communication based technologies. The various components comes under distribution domains are substation. The control and monitoring systems within a substations are comes under substation. Then storage, then distributed generation, that is the main modification in a smart grid, because this can be accommodate the various localized generation. So distributed generation means a power source located on the distribution side of the grid. And then distributed energy resources that are typically located at customer or owned by distribution grid operator. This also comes under distribution domain. Then measurement and control includes all types of measurement and control system to measure, record and control the various data in order to optimize the grid operation. So this is the a basic explanation of NIST smart grid architecture with 7 domains and various components inside it.